Hello. Hi, I haven't been live in a while. Um, I've I've been so sick. My voice is a bit croaky still, so please bear with me. I'll make this super quick. But if you know me, then you know I like doing things live because that means I get them done. There we go. And that's why I like you to show up live as well or watch the replays. It's like what's the word? Mirror neurons, like you do what the person you're watching does, right? Okay. Hello, welcome. If you don't know who I am Christine Craythorne, and I teach sewing and I love sewing. I'm a mom of 3 girls, which means I've got a lot of pink fabric because that's just how it goes when your girls are young, am I right? Um, and I love sewing. I love sewing for the kids. I love sewing for myself. I love teaching women to sew, which is what this is all about. So, in this video you're watching now, I am going to take you through choosing your size for these shorts that we'll be making. Fun little lounge shorts. I don't want to call them pajamas because you're not only sleeping in them, they're like just quick pull on shorts, you know? Um, but what makes them really easy is they only have 2 seams. So if you haven't got your pattern yet, go download your pattern. If you're on my list, I send the email out, or I'll leave the link at the bottom, and you can sign up for the workshop. And the reason this is a workshop and not just a pattern is because I know from experience how much it helps to have just someone take you through all the steps from the start, so you don't have to figure out what to do, where to start, what do I have to do first, what do I have to do next. Okay, so what we're doing today is I am going to take you through choosing your size for these. And the fun thing about lounge shorts or like an elastic anything, it's quite easy to choose your size. So first things first is you need to have your sewing pattern, and it looks like, or you want the pattern instructions and information. So let me just get this up in front of you. There it is. And add this interface. What is going on? I don't want that. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's so different than what I'm used to. Right, so this is what the information page looks like. I'll go through fabric in a moment. And then you will see a size chart. There is a size chart over there. And you'll see inches and centimeters, and then how to choose your size. So to choose your size for pants, choose according to your hip measurement. And that is exactly what we're going to do over here. We are going to use our hip measurement, and to take your hip measurement, I'm going to stand up and I'll show you what that means. But before I do that, when you're choosing your size, please do not choose the size that you wear when you go shopping. Clothes are made all over. You get things from India, Brazil, China, and size charts are so different. Some countries, like South Africa, don't even have a standard size chart. We don't. We go off like European size charts, sometimes off Australian or American, and that just means that you, to put it bluntly, don't trust the number on the size chart. That number means nothing. If the number, it's just a label. If the number makes you feel bad about yourself, remember that it doesn't mean anything. It just means that pattern was made for that set of measurements. So the measurements are what they are. May as well just accept it. I know this is like when you start sewing, you look at it and you're like, oh, I've never been that size before. How dare you? It happened. But it's just measurements. So that's why we sew, because we want to get away from like jeans that don't fit and things like that. Okay. So before we start, these are elastic. They're stretchy, as you can see. So they're going to stretch over your butt and fit on your hips or wherever you like them to fit, which means you're going to use your largest measurement. You need to measure across where the clothes need to fit over. So whenever you're making something, think about, how am I putting this on? Do I have a zip that opens up and gives me more space, or do I not? In this case, we do not. So I'm going to stand up and show you what I mean. I think you can see There we go. I'm wearing a long top. But these, you tuck that. And you can see, I hope you can hear me. Okay. So these need to slide up and stretch over my hips, and then they fit right there, okay? They need to fit over this area over here and here. So that's where you're going to take your measurement. You are going to measure yourself, and I've dropped my tape measure. There it is. You're going to measure yourself over the widest part of your hips, not your hip bones. Many of us, our hip bones are narrower than our wider hips. So just with your feet next to each other, you're not pinching your feet in or anything. Just right straight. There we go. Sorry. Across. Whoops. There. And your tape measure is straight, not like that, like that. There you go. And that's your measurement. That's your starting measurement. And that is what you're going to start with. And mine is 43 inches. Let me add this back, which puts me at a size, I don't have glasses on, size, check that you're in the hips column, because I almost went in the bust column and it would have been too big. Size 16. And just a tip. So you're going to now, you take your measurement and you go into the hips column over here, that last one, and you find the one that's closest. So my measurement is 43, and the closest one is size 16, 42.5. And that's the one you're going to go with. That's the one you're going to use. And if you feel like looking at those numbers makes you feel like maybe it knocks your confidence, you don't feel good about it, use the opposite side of the tape measure. So I use inches, and standard practice in South Africa is to use centimeters. But I don't, I feel like it just helps you disconnect from the number, because we don't care, right? We don't care about the number, we care about our clothes fitting. So that's how you're going to choose your size. Choose the one that is closest. I'm not going to go into final garment measurements and all those things. These are loose fit, like pajama style pants. They're loose. They're designed to be loose. If you choose with your hip measurement, they will fit you and they will be loose. That's the goal. If you look at the description of them, that is what they're going to be. Okay. Then you want to know about fabric. So these you can make out of different types of fabric. If you look at the description on the pattern will always give you a description of the type of fabric to use. It's something I get asked a lot is something like, how do you choose fabric for a pattern? The thing is, it's not complicated. It's just like not that straightforward. I can't tell you just like read the pattern. That's obviously your starting point, but you just need to understand two basic things about fabric. Is one is stretchy and one is not stretchy, and then you get like lighter fabric that's very flowy and floppy like that. I mean, if I hold these up, you can see those are really soft, and then you get fabric like this. This is the kid's size. I'm making a kid's long pajama pants. It's actually already cut out, but this is flannel. It's much less floppy. Okay, so when it gets to the, there we go. When it gets to the fabric type over there, oh hey, I can shift it around. There we go. Fabric suggestions: non-stretchy fabric, suitable for like pajama style pants, cotton, poplin, satin if you're brave, but it's going to be slippery, poly cotton. Personally, if you are new, if you're a beginner, which is what most of you are sewing this pattern, you want to have something that's stiff that you can handle, or you are just adding another hurdle to your sewing project. We don't want that. So go for something that's a stiffer cotton, a flannel, upcycle an old sheet, cottony type of fabric. And important, please wash your fabric before you start, because it shrinks. Fabric shrinks. It's a good rule of thumb. Just always wash everything. You don't want to go through all this work and then it shrinks. Okay. When you have chosen your size, now you're going to print your pattern. There's a whole other video on printing and assembling PDF patterns. And then in the next session, we will do the sewing. I'm going to sew this from start to finish, from the cutting to the finishing, everything. The elastic, I like that's like a 1.5, almost a 2-inch elastic. I'm trying to gauge it here. Okay. The elastic recommendation, there we go, 2 to 4 centimeters wide. Oh, I didn't add the inches in there. 1 to 1.5 inch elastic in there. I'll update that for you really quickly. And enough to fit around your waist snugly, comfortably. And that's what you need. So I'm really excited to sew this with you. I hope you know how to choose your size now. It is as simple as that. Really, just take your measurements, choose off of the size chart. If you're not sure, if you're between sizes or you're not sure, depending how far away from the size you are, like I was half an inch below or half an inch away from size 16, that's okay. It's going to fit. These are lounge pants. You'll be fine. So go and choose your size, print your pattern. I absolutely recommend printing more than one size and tracing your pattern. You can see that in my PDF video, how to use a PDF pattern and assemble your pattern. And then in the next video, we're sewing our pants. So I can't wait to see you for that. I'm so excited, and I'm just excited to be teaching beginner sewing again. So I hope this was helpful. That wasn't that long, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.